Welcome to the Catchin with Carter podcast. Our family would like to say thank you for choosing our podcast to spend time with. Please be sure to follow our family on all our social media handles, including Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Now, stand by for the Catchin Up with Carter show in 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's go.
Well, hello everybody and welcome. You just heard that. Boy, you know what that means. That means that it's time to talk to my rail fan extraordinaire, Mr. Peter Moore, coming from Freeport, Illinois. We've had a few already, and he was the highest viewed YouTube video for me for my podcast when they were just on YouTube. Yes, when I first started back up over a year ago, I was only on YouTube. And then a friend of mine from high school told me about Anchor and Spotify, and then you could be a podcaster for free, and you can make a little bit of money on there too if you're good enough. I made a couple dollars or something, not much so far, but anyway, I love what I do. So Peter and I used to live by the train tracks in Rochelle. I mean, I was the last house next to the train tracks on 10th Street, and it's right across the tracks was the train park too, so I saw all kinds of really cool stuff. A lot of things I didn't know happened, and things that come through overnight, because my lady used to get really mad. We'd get our daughter Lola down for a nap, and then all of a sudden these people come through and they plow down like 8 or 9 horns, and we're like, damn dude, it's midnight and we just got our kid to sleep. Thanks a lot. The one time Kelsey ran out there, my fiance, she ran out there with a spoon and was like waving at him like a wooden spoon from stirring soup. And I swear for like 2 months straight, they were like, all right guys, there's the house. But anyway, back to tonight. So I usually try to check in with Mr. Peter Moore, who's a photography of trains and many other things in the Midwest. I try to touch base with him like every 3 months, and it's been a little while. He's been bugging me to do it because I really want to do one, and I've just been busy with having the baby and other things. But tonight we're going to talk to Peter Moore. We're going to talk about what he's got going on, and of course also the holiday train coming in Illinois and other areas. We're going to talk to him about that because I've never been to that. So I'm curious on what it's like to see the holiday train. I saw a YouTube video and it looked pretty cool, to be honest, covered in Christmas lights and stuff. So I can't wait to hear about that. So just in a few moments, we're going to be talking with Peter Moore about some trains and rail fanning and see how the heck that guy is. All right, so hang tight, listen to my little commercial things, and then we'll be right back. Hey there, do you have a to-do list, like a list of things that you might want to try to do, but you don't feel confident doing, or you just don't have the time doing? Because I'm like that myself. Well, I have a really good friend of mine that if you have a to-do list, you don't have enough time, interior work, exterior work, installing stuff, assembling things, this guy can do it all. Take it from one of his friends. I've known him a long time, and there's something about him, and it's called trust. You can trust Mr. Timms. You can trust him to be in your home. You can trust him to be around your people and your things. Most importantly, when it comes to doing work on your car, your house, interior, exterior, you want to trust the work's going to be done on time and done correctly. And he's affordable. So if you live in the northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin area and you have something, anything going on outside or inside your house, give this guy a holler at 815-298-1650. Mr. Timms, for all the things you need to get done.
Hey you, yeah, you over there. Do you have an idea, a podcast idea, something that would go great on this show that somebody should know about, that you or somebody that you know could tell us about? Send us an email at catchinupwithcarter@gmail.com. That's Catchin with no G in the middle. catchinupwithcarter@gmail.com. We want to know your ideas and we want to talk about them. Toodaloo.
Welcome back to the Catchin with Carter show right here on Spotify. Please be sure to share it and tell all your friends they should listen to me too. Anyway, I got my boy, Peter Moore. What's up, Peter? How you doing, my guy?
Good, how about you?
I'm doing pretty good, getting ready for Christmas and a lot of things coming up. Thanksgiving too. And you are always busy, my guy. Gosh, we got a lot going on this weekend. How you been?
Oh, good. Just been busy with a lot of friends and family coming to visit and, the holidays.
Well, the last time we talked, you were working a whole different job. What's that like nowadays? You feeling your new job? You don't have to say where you're at, but do you like it or you what?
Yeah, I like it. It's a good job. I don't have to travel very far. So there's that, and it's good. It's okay money.
Are you still living in Freeport?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Man, dude, okay, so I'm mad because, I know this is kind of off the topic, but I like trains. Peter loves trains, and I do too. My dad and my brother have always loved trains, and they've taught me a lot of things. I don't remember it because I don't remember things. But anyway, I saw that they had this train of terror, because I like taking my kids to haunted houses every year, like scare houses. And I saw that you went to it, and I'm mad because I didn't get a chance to go. Was that any good?
Yeah. They have it every year there. It's always the second, third, and fourth Saturday in October.
What, is it moving? Are you on a moving train that's a scare house?
Yeah. You're moving out. You're basically out in the woods and stuff, and the trees, and there's scary stuff along the whole ride.
Well, you're in the train, an actual train.
Yeah, and
that is so
scary
cool.
stuff is outside.
Dang, how was that? Can I ask how much it was? What was it, like $20 or what?
No, it was like $10.
Dang, that sounds cool. I wanted to do it this year. So do my kids. But the thing is with us having the newborn baby, it was hard because that's a drive from Rochelle. What's that? Over an hour, I think, or about an hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes.
Hour.
Yeah.
About an hour, yeah.
Yeah, you were just out here too, I think, huh? I forgot. You just said you were in Rochelle yesterday, right?
Yeah, was visiting friends.
Playing some Magic, I think you told me.
Yeah, we didn't end up doing that, but we still hung out.
Nice. Well, hey, okay, so let's talk about some trains here. First, the one thing another thing other than the Train of Terror, but something I've seen a lot of times, I've never seen it in person, is the holiday train. So I know we've touched base a little bit back and forth on Messenger, but I've never been to it. So can you tell me a little bit more, how this works and when it's coming and all that? Because I know you said it's Thanksgiving weekend, right?
Right, it's running Sunday. Its first stop will be in Pingree Grove, and it's supposed to be there at 8:30 in the morning. And then it'll be at Byron at 11:30.
Okay, so what exactly entails this holiday train? You can get on it, or you just take pictures with it, or what's it like?
You can watch it go by. It'll be decorated with Christmas lights, and when they stop, like at Pingree Grove and Byron and Clinton and Davenport and so on and so forth, they're going to have a band playing. So they'll stop, and one of the cars will open up, and there'll be a band ready to play.
Oh, that's sick.
So they'll be playing Christmas music, and then I'm not sure if you're doing it this year, but a lot of times you're able to watch the band go, and then you can take pictures in front of the locomotive and stuff. And it's about an hour each stop they go. So they're stopping at Pingree at 8:30. If anyone's interested, they're stopping at Byron at 11:30, and they're supposed to be in Clinton, Iowa at 3 o'clock.
How long have they been doing that? This is Canadian Pacific, right? I saw.
Yeah, well, now it's the Canadian Pacific. It's CPKC because CP and KCS merged together earlier this year.
That's right. Yeah, you talked about that before.
So, they used to be every other year running through this area, but now since they merged together, they're going to do all the routes, but they used to stop in Savannah and stop in other spots, but some of the smaller areas that they don't get as many people, they're just going to go straight through instead of stopping. That way they can hit everything, because they're going to start up from Canada. You know, they're going to start up north and then work their way our way, and it's already started already. I'm not sure where they're at this weekend, but like I said, they'll be going through, and I'm planning on chasing it. I'm going to start in Genoa, and I'm going to chase it all the way to or at least to Sevilla, Iowa, crossing the Mississippi River.
That's cool. I can't wait to see your photos from that. That's going to be nice. Well,
there's some other Christmas trains too running as well.
Really?
Yeah, so Union has one going every Saturday and Sunday all of December. They run one at the Train Museum up in Union.
Yeah, I love it.
They just, there's not too special. I mean, they put a wreath on the locomotive, but the main part is for, like, if you got younger kids, because they serve, like, they'll have Santa Claus, and they'll have, like, serve hot chocolate and stuff like that, and you get to ride on the train, and it'll be decorated inside. So there's that, and then if you want to really travel, Monticello has a similar one down at the Monticello Train Museum. They have one too that runs Saturday and Sunday all of December. And then if you ever in Chicago, they run every, I think, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and you'll have to look online. They run a Christmas L, and they call it the North Pole.
Okay.
They run as well all of the whole month on the weekends.
Oh, that's cool.
So you'd have to look up there online, because I'm not sure. I haven't looked into that, but I just do their Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then the only one that I'm not sure about if they're doing it this year, because they haven't since COVID, is Metra. Metra normally has a Christmas train, and they normally go to Des Plaines usually, but last year they didn't have it, and I don't know if they're going to have it this year. It's usually one of those last minute things where you're not going to know for like a week or two in advance.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. The CPKC holiday trip.
So that's a possibility. And then Canadian National sometimes runs one, but the thing with Canadian National is not really for the people, it's more for the employees. So it's one of those things, if you're in the train groups I mentioned before, if somebody spots it and posts about it, then you know about it, but you're not going to know about it unless somebody visually catches it and sees it. So that's pretty much it for holiday trains. That's all I know, that at least that's running in this area. There's stuff all over the globe, but at least in this area. And then something you just missed last weekend, the WSOR, they run one usually in November. They just ran it yesterday. They ran their Christmas train. They had the Sioux Line steam engine running, and then in the caboose they had Santa Claus in there. So
that's cool.
So yeah,
I was just looking at the history of it, and you'll see when you listen to this podcast. But everybody else just heard something go over your voice for like 2 seconds. Maybe 3 seconds, but I went to the holiday train thing and I didn't have it muted. So I'm sorry, but it like started talking about it. So I was just looking. It says this is his 25th year.
Wow.
And I also, because I told you the other day, I was like, well, I'm going to call him. So I gave him a phone call. Maybe they'll still call me back, and I'll do one with them too, because this is to raise money. And it's lots of money. And I know it's for food. I think it's like millions they raise every year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But that's really cool. I've never been to it. So how many times have you seen one of these? Quite a few times?
The one that's coming, this will be my third time seeing it, but it'll be the first time I ever chased it. I've seen it in Byron one time, and I've seen it in Clinton, Iowa. That was at nighttime. So it's better to see it at nighttime.
Of course.
The only problem with it this year is it's not, because it's already going to be in Clinton by 3. Probably the first place you're going to see it in dark is way down in Davenport. So that'd be one heck of a drive, especially if you got work in those that have work the first shift. That'd be quite a bit of a drive. I mean, it'd be fun. But, if you work first shift, it probably, if you don't, depending on where people are listening from, it might be worth the drive. But I've seen other, like I said, I've seen other holiday trains too, not just the CPKC. Because we had our first podcast around this time last year.
Yeah, you're right. Dang, your anniversary.
Yeah. And I went down south, remember, and I saw the Indiana Railroad Christmas train. Mm-hmm. The last time we talked, there's a picture on, if you haven't listened to it, you can go back and listen to it. There's a picture of me in front of that holiday train.
Yeah, I remember. I posted it. Yeah, it was a good picture.
Yep. And I've also seen, like I said, I've seen Metras twice. So the thing with Metra is theirs is different. If they continue and do it this year, theirs is different every year. They just kind of wrap it with something every year. Usually it's something different. One year was all red and had ornaments all over it, and then one time it was like a purple. And I got pictures. I'll have to send you those sometime, or if you want to look at, if anyone's interested, I can send them the photos of what I've shot, or you can look at my Facebook page. And then they have I think I told you the CN one, Canadian. So that time we went to Clinton, Iowa, we're on our way to Clinton to go see the CP holiday train, and we're on 39 and we're almost to Rochelle, and we get word that CN's were going to be running a Christmas train, and it was going through Elgin. So me and my friend, we turned around and we got him going through Cherry Valley. He had reindeer antlers on the locomotive, and then he had a grain car with a snowman painted all over it.
That's cool.
And then it had a flat car with like Christmas gifts on it, and it was really cool. That one, but that's like I said, that one you have to be part of a train group to get information on it, because a rail fan's going to have to spot it, because unfortunately the railroad's not going to tell anybody about it. You got to try it, because it's not for us, it's mainly for the employees, but it's still cool to see if you can see it.
Yeah, I would think it would. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I'm
shocked that they don't do it for the people. You think they would try to make money, but there aren't any passenger cars on it, though. They own passenger cars, so they could make a thing out of it, but not all the railroads have it. And depending, like Union Pacific and Burlington Northern Santa Fe, it'd be a lot harder because they have more train traffic. It'd be a lot harder for them to have a show, I guess. But then they have the steam engine events too. So I don't know why they don't. I guess it's just depending on it's up to the railroad. But speaking of Union Pacific, just kind of a little of a sidetrack. I don't know if you've seen online or seen my post about it, that Big Boy is going to be coming another trip again.
When is that again? Because you told me that through Rochelle, right?
There's no date on it yet. All I know is it's going to be next year. And then the CPKC, that same train that you can chase the Christmas train at, they are going to be running their steam engine next year too. So there's going to be 2 steam engines in the area next year.
Okay.
And there's no dates on them yet. The CPKC one sounds like it's going to be in April, but like I said, there's no date on either one of them yet, so we're not going to know until it gets closer. But there'll be 2 steam engines. If you guys like steam engines, there'll be 2 of them in the area next year. And this is the first time that CPKC is, that there's ever been a steam engine on that line. So that'll be very interesting to see. So
yeah, I don't think I've seen one in the wild on regular, like regular train tracks. I do like that randomly in Rochelle you'll see a couple like older passenger trains. I don't know why, but once in a great while you'll see them come through, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. But,
they're not really passenger trains. Well, one is.
Oh, you told me before, but go ahead.
Yeah,
say
they're not for like us to ride. Like some of them will have like, depending on what type of train it is. If it's just like one car, like a grain car, and one little passenger car, it's for they're checking like the tracks So they're out looking, and there's people in the back, looking at the tracks, making sure everything's good. They have PTC test trades. And then the other thing is, sometimes they have, like Union Pacific, I don't know if you've seen a train and they'll have like all yellow passenger cars on it. That usually have like the big head executives and the people that own the railroad. They're going around it. They're going to like big events and stuff like that. And they, instead of taking a plane, they just hop on their own train and go to whatever they need to do.
Okay.
So that's kind of...
Okay, I have a couple questions real quick to go back, because I'm definitely going to push the fact about this holiday train, because everybody, imagine a train. I watched it on YouTube. It was like a minute and a half video or something like that, but the train was lit up. And granted, it wasn't in the dark, either early in the morning or at night, and it looked really, really good, man. It looked cool as hell. But if you guys are interested in going, the closest areas, I don't know I've heard of Pingree Grove, but I can't remember how far away that is from me.
It's right next to Elgin.
Oh, so yeah, for us near Rochelle and Rockford, the Byron one is the way to go. And it was off of a road, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's right there by the
tower
schools. Road? Oh, I can't remember the name of the road, but it's right by the middle school and high school. It's right there. You can't miss it. It's down. It's right up. If you ever been to Byron, they used to have that drive-in that just closed recently.
Yeah, dude, I love their milkshakes. Dang it, Jay's. Oh,
it's on that same road. It's on that road. Just keep going straight. That's where it is.
On Route 2?
That crossing.
On 2? Oh, you mean so the side road.
Yeah. It's the main road, because it takes you. You go right there and you go by like 2 schools. There's a school before you cross the track, and there's a school after. It's that crossing right there.
Oh, okay. Well, I got, and like, again, they're gonna have live music, and it's gonna be about an hour show. But what do you think for people? Because I'm guessing it gets like super packed, right? Because it's like one of those good photo ops at that time on a Saturday. Is like, I feel like a lot of people are gonna want to see that.
Yeah, I'd say you would want to get there early, because you go there like me. I'm gonna get there last minute. Because I'm gonna be chasing it.
Well, right.
We're gonna have to do quite a bit of a hike to get over there, because it's gonna be packed. It usually always is. And if you want to be seen, I try to get out there too, because when the train pulls up, people are gonna start running up there, because they're going to try to get close to the concert. The more people are, the farther back you're going to be.
Right. So right.
Hopefully the weather's nice. I know the last couple of years they did it. It was kind of really cold out there, so I'd say definitely bundle up. But I'm not sure what the weather. It's still another week and a half. Actually,
right.
It's 2 weeks from today. Actually, less than So,
I was just thinking it would look cool, though, if you could have like a light snow, though, that day. You know what I mean? Like if it's snowing and you get some photo, I bet you get the good ones.
Yeah.
Because it's overcast, you know what I mean? And you get the lights bright. I don't know.
Just as long as the snow is already been cleared out the roads, because who wants to go out? The roads are still,
true,
depending on how much snow you get.
Good point on that, but maybe a light one. Well, anyway, it says since its inception in 1999, the CPKC Holiday Train has raised more than $22.5 million and more than 5 million pounds of food for community food banks across North America. And folks, man, I'm telling you, if you don't already know what it's like out here for the regular folks, anybody that's hurting knows. Like these groceries have like doubled or tripled. Well, everybody knows, no matter what your price bracket's at. But that's cool. And I saw somewhere the band Seaforth was going to be playing, I think, at Byron, which is a country music duo from Australia consisting of Tom Jordan and Mitch Thompson, dropping infectious melodies, breezy lyrics, and bangers with slick vocal harmonies. Wow. Well, anyway, off the Christmas note on that, I had a random one for you, because you know so much about trains opposed to me. I really don't know that much, so I always look at railroad news, and I saw that Ohio just had, I think it's Omnitracks. They just started their first all electric train.
Really? I honestly haven't heard about that, and that's because I've been extremely busy. In the last couple of months, I haven't really been following too much. I've been very busy, so this is actually news to my ears, actually.
Yeah,
you know,
okay,
something I don't know.
Oh man, it was cool. I just saw it. I'm looking it up right now. Sorry, folks. I'm gonna, because that way I can actually tell Peter something. This is a rare opportunity for me. Okay, so 3 days ago, according to PR Newswire, it says, okay, Cleveland, November 9th, 2020. Okay, it says Omnitrax deploys Ohio's first all-electric emission-reducing locomotive. Let's see, an affiliate of the comprehensive supply chain and logistics solutions provider Omnitrax has deployed its first all-battery electric locomotive with a ceremony that included dignitaries from Ohio's environmental agency, the Port of Cleveland, AMPS Traction, and NSR customers. The new AMPS Traction's G9, the first electric locomotive deployed by a short line railroad in Ohio, will service its northern Ohio rail lines. The battery electric switching locomotive is 250,000 pounds, FRA compliant unit with technology to reduce the fuel consumption by half and cut NOx emissions and particulate matter by 77%. That is mind-blowing. What do you think about all electric? What's your thoughts on that?
I honestly, I mean, it's something new, but I honestly don't think it'll work. I think it's like the same thing what they're trying to do. I know everyone has their own opinion on things, but I feel like it's the same thing what they're trying to do with cars, and I just feel like that's not going to work. I mean, even now they're having issues with electric cars. I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be the same thing for train. I mean, you can't. And I think, to me personally, I feel like could be a safety problem. Because, you know, I think I told you before that they've talked about trying to do one-man crews and stuff, and that's kind of what this electric thing, in my opinion, is what they're trying to do, is try to eliminate some of that stuff. And I feel like they eventually want to do it where nobody's in there, and it's just all, you know, because they have remote control trains already in like Global 3 in the yard over there. They have trains that there's literally somebody in the office and they're using remote control, switching the cars. So I feel like they're going to try and do that, but the problem with that, if something malfunctions, there's nobody in there to stop the train. You know, I don't know. I think it's cool though. It's something different, but I just don't think long term it'll work. But maybe I'm wrong. It could prove me wrong.
Right. Well, and I'm thinking like, well, maybe if you did have some of them, and you're able, it says Ohio short line. I just figure maybe if you are able to use those somewhat, I mean, dang, that could play a very important role if you could use them for something. You know what I mean? Like, if you're cutting some type of emissions out, then that's a better thing, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it could. I just wouldn't recommend it using it for your Class 1 railroads, your busier railroads. You know, short lines, you know, some of them don't go very far. Some short lines are like the Burlington Junction, where they only go like a few blocks. Like in Rochelle, you know, they're very short. You know, or they only go across one crossing, you know, or they don't have any crossings. So it could work. It would have to be like, or you could use it at like in a yard, like a yard service.
Right. You're right, like Burlington Northern. Right.
Right. That wouldn't be too bad to use, but I don't think you're going to be able to use it like on your long distance trains.
I was looking. I'm looking at different news right now, and it says it was this November 10th, so a couple days ago. Regional Rail acquiring 2 Midwestern short lines, Indiana Eastern Railroad and Ohio South Central, will be added to the portfolio of Regional Rail, a Kennett Square, PA-based short line. But I don't know. A lot of this stuff is like a whole foreign language to me. I mean, It just says BNSF NTEC reach settlement, but I don't know what that is. Or I'm just looking to see. Is there still a big holdup for cargo and all this freight and stuff, or what's going on with all that? I haven't even looked.
I haven't heard anything, so I'm assuming everything is running better. I mean, I haven't heard anything at all, and nothing bad. I mean, from what I've seen in places, because there were times where I was out, railroad, and it was like, man, traffic seems so slow. Hardly see anything, but I haven't been out in the last 3 months very often. As you probably have seen, I haven't been out too much. So, but before that, it seemed to be like back to normal. But that could have changed in the last 3 months. Like I said, the last 3 months I've been very busy, so I haven't been following a whole lot, or I haven't even been photographing a whole lot. I mean, this holiday train will be the first time I've done a all-day trip since about a little over a month ago. So I've been going out like once a month, so I'm kind of looking forward to this, getting out for a while. So,
yeah, I bet you do, man. Are you still talking about moving out here eventually, or what?
It's a possibility, I think, because my job is here, that I'm going to stay here a couple years, but my goal is still to work for Petra. I mean, that's the goal, and I'm kind of just trying to rack up money now, and then when the job, just to save up, and then, when I am ready a Metro job does open up, I'll take that and I can move, and I'll have, money saved to make the big move. So, I would like to. I actually hope I can get base satellite, because the Metro's coming to Rockford. I think I was telling you that the other day.
Oh, when?
That they're supposed to. Last time I heard it, I think it was 2026, 2027, because it's going to take a long time. They get the tracks upgraded. They're going to have to build all the depots. But they had a big ceremony in July. The governor was down there, and the 23 News was down there. I think 13 and 17 News were down there too. We're down at the old Davis Park, in Rockford.
Yeah, of course.
They brought Metro, a Metro unit and a few cars, and they parked on the bridge and had a big ceremony. And then it went back, and I chased it got pictures of it going through Rockford, Cherry Valley, and Belvedere. So you can look online or look on my YouTube channel, The Train King, and you'll see a few videos of that. But yeah, they had a big ceremony. They finally got the funding. Well, they were approved a while back, but COVID happened, so it kind of put everything back, like everything else.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but yeah, they had a big ceremony for that. So I'm hoping, I wouldn't mind conducting. I wouldn't mind even if I was like a car cleaner, just something to get myself in the door, and then I can always move up down the road. But also, if you probably heard, if you ever look at Train Magazine or news, they're trying to get Metro for DeKalb too.
Well, that would make sense also.
I still can't believe Metro hasn't been in DeKalb and Rockford a long time ago, especially DeKalb with the college, NIU. I would have thought they would have had that, because especially if people want to go to games, you could just take Metro straight up to DeKalb, because they have buses in DeKalb too, so they could literally hop on a train and then hop onto a bus to get over to NIU.
Dude, I love DeKalb. It's crazy because most of my life I never would go there. But the only time I would, with my aunt, rest in peace, was a nurse practitioner out there. She passed away of colon cancer. But her husband also was a retired DeKalb police out there. And I see trains out there a lot. But so what happened is now when we moved to Rochelle, they don't have a baby unit out here, so you had to go to Sycamore, and that makes us go there so much more. Sycamore and DeKalb. I love that little town, man. We go there for a lot of different things, dude. I'll be honest. I told you the one thing I'm telling y'all. This next thing coming up weekend, the 18th and 19th, so a week from this weekend coming up. That's the thing over in DeKalb is the Dark Arts and Oddities Con. It's like $10 to get in. But it's really neat. You see a bunch of random things that you can buy. It's really cool. The Philo Barnhart's going to be there. He's the original artist of Little Mermaid back in the day, I think 1989. He also did the Chronicles, or the Secret of Nim, and some Beauty and Beast and other stuff too. So if you want to go to that. But anyway, I love DeKalb, and I always hear trains when I'm there because where I work, we have a greenhouse at the school at NIU, and I always hear trains, dude. I'm trying to get a picture over there.
Yeah, there's some cool spots. They have an old C&W, Chicago Northwestern Depot in DeKalb. I'm assuming they'd have to fix it up, and they'd probably have to tear it down and redo it, but that's probably where they would put, if they decide to come to DeKalb, where they would decide to put that metro station, if they decided to, if they consider it, because, it's not confirmed. They still have to get the funding for that, and like I said, they're working on the Rockford project right now, so...
I got a random question for you. I like to I love to travel, of course, and when I do, I like to take different ways because I like to see different things, and I get tired of taking the same ways. But so one way that I always go, or I randomly will go to Byron or Oregon or whatever, I'll take the way to go by the nuclear plant. I'm trying to think what road that is. Is that Tower Road or? I'm trying to think. When you drive right by the nuclear plant, okay? When you pass the nuclear plant, there's a railroad track that always gives me a heart attack because there's no railroad crossing, signs or lights or nothing, I don't think. And it always says, watch for railroad. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if I'm driving through this thing, I'm going to get clobbered. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Is that rarely taken? That's my question.
Yeah, they don't really... hardly bring trains there. I'm 26 years old, and I've never seen a train through there. They're very hard to catch because they only run a few times a year.
Well, that makes me feel better then, but I still watch it.
I have never seen one, and they go. You got to be there. It's one of those things you have to be there at the right place at the right time. They're not easy to catch. I only know probably maybe 3 rail fans that has ever caught that. That is how hard it is to catch that.
Ooh, now you make me want to get one now.
I know. So if somebody catches that, that's you got, I don't want to say bragging rights, but you kind of do. You could be like, hey, I got this,
I want
a lot of people would be especially the rail fan community would probably be pretty man, be I wish I would have saw that. But I don't know what's going on with the nuclear plant because I thought they were closing and then they didn't. They extended a couple years, so I'm not sure what's going on with that either. So that might be start getting less and less of a chance to see that too, because I know they were talking about closing, and then I haven't heard any more on that.
Yeah, and that was crazy. I told my fiance when they were talking about it, I'm like, this is nuts, because growing up, Byron is Byron because of that dang nuclear plant. I mean, so many people work there and employ so much, and it's so important with tax dollars and yada, yada, yada. And so I know I worked a couple different pest control jobs over in Byron, and it was right around the time they were talking about closing. And the people were like, we don't know what's going to happen. We might have to cancel service because we're going to lose our jobs. And then they didn't. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with that thing. I mean,
yeah, I don't know if a lot of people work there. There would be a lot of jobs gone too.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a few bucket list photos recently. I need to get up. I think I get a fine if I cross the Rochelle Bridge and you get caught doing it. But that's what I was told. I don't know if that's true. But I really want to get a photo of a sunset, but standing up on the bridge. You know what I mean? I want to get a good photo right there of a train coming through there.
Well, I've shot there before, but it's one of those things you got to be. You gotta know that the train's right there. Like me and my friend did. We got our friend Dave Holly. He was on one of the trains coming out of Global 3, so it was coming up slow. So we had plenty of time. So we got up on the bridge and took a picture, and then got out of there because it's a busy road and there's not really anywhere to park too much on the side of the road, and you probably could get in trouble. Like I said, if you're gonna do it, I'd be in and out. Do it quick. Make sure there's not a lot of traffic, and be quick about it. Take a picture and go. I wouldn't sit there for too long. But we got a picture of him because there was a special heritage unit coming, and he was on that train, and we got up there and got a picture of it. So that was pretty cool.
So that one that I posted, I mean, nobody knows this, I don't think, but I posted one on your guys' page. I'm so nervous to post pictures because I think you guys post really good ones, but I love taking photos, though, to be honest, and I love trains. But what does that mean again? So it's not whatever it is of. It's almost like a commemorative thing, right? Or what is it?
Yeah, because you got a picture of the Conrail.
Yeah,
I remember that being on the local. That's gone now, but it was it's a heritage unit. So the Norfolk Southern took over the Conrail. Well, them and CSX, it kind of split the line, but Norfolk Southern they took over the Conrail. So later on, they made a heritage unit honoring that railroad that they took over.
Oh.
So they
That's
like
cool.
UP's got them. They got the Katy, the Chicago Northwestern, the Missouri Pacific, the Western Pacific, the Rio Grande. They have some too. And then of course CSX I don't know if you heard, CSX just made a bunch of heritage units this year so far. They have a chassis system, the L&N, the Conrail, because they, like I said, CSX and NS kind of split the Conrail. But yeah, that's a few of the heritage units they made. I think they're up at 5 or 6 now that they have made.
Huh.
So the only Class 1 railroad that doesn't have, well, actually 2 of them it doesn't have your heritage units is CPKC and BNSF. They're the only 2 that doesn't have heritage units yet, but I'd say give it time and they probably will too.
Huh. Well, there you go.
But yeah, so that's what a heritage unit is. I think we talked about that before, but those of you that didn't listen to podcasts before, you can learn something new.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know if I brought this up to you or not. I don't think so. But okay, so over the summer, I don't say where I'm working, but I work for this really cool place that does stuff with crops, seeds, and insects. Is the department I'm in, entomology. So I freaking love it. It's really cool what I do every day. It's random, but really neat. And anyway, so we had to wash roots to look for damage of an insect down by, let me see here, Clinton, Illinois. Okay, I think it's Wapella. Do you know what I'm talking about, Peter?
I don't.
Okay, so Wapella has a train that's with an elevator, and it was like an orange and yellow. Man, I never got a freaking picture. I'm so mad, but I wanted to get that picture too. But I'm gonna be taking some more. I'm gonna do some research 100%. I'm gonna talk to some of my abandoned people too, because I saw somebody posted an abandoned train not long ago. You do too, but somebody else I know, and I'm like, okay.
And where was this at again?
Which one? Oh,
the one you were
Wapella.
talking about.
Wapella. Let me look it up. It's right behind a Casey's, because we would go to that Casey's all the time. Which, thank God for your Casey points. If you fools don't have Casey points and you go to Casey's, you're dumb, because you might as well, because you can use it as cash in the store. And there was times where I was broke, and I tell you what, I had like $6 on my thing, and I could get a drink, a sweet, and a piece of pizza. Anyway, so Wapella, near Clinton, Illinois, there is a grain elevator or something right behind the Casey's, but there was always an engine there, a locomotive, and I'm like, ooh, I love that thing. I got to get a picture of it.
Wapella, I've never heard of that town, to be honest.
Oh, there we go, a new spot for you. Oh, snap.
Yeah, I'll have to look into this. Now you're gonna have me digging into this.
2 hours. It's by Bloomington. I know that.
That's south. That's to be honest, I have not done a whole lot in that territory. I've only been down there like 2 times, so I'm kind of, personally me, rail fan, there's always something new to learn. I'm learning that territory still, so
there you go.
I plan on going down there, some cool spots down there, and in the future we do another podcast, I could talk more about my adventure down there whenever I get down there next year.
So I guess I know I hear my kids rumbling a little bit upstairs more now, and so I want to wrap this up in a few minutes. But what do you got? What's Peter Moore got for the rest of the year as far as rail fan? And what you got anything other than obviously we know about the holiday train, but do you have anything else set in stone that you got up your sleeve?
Yes, actually. I'm gonna go to. Well, I think I mentioned I'm gonna go to Union to see their Christmas train.
I might go there too. I haven't taken the kids there. I think my daughter would love it. Go ahead.
I'm planning at the next weekend, the following weekend after the CP one, and then the week after that, I'm going to Chicago and photographing a rail fan in Chicago for the first time ever. So I am going to get the Metro and Amtrak owned by the Skyline and Canadian National, and they have I think I told you guys they're going to have the North Pole, the L. So I'm going to shoot some L stuff because I've never photographed the L's. So I'm going to do that, and also while I'm there, I'm going to stop at Union Station. From what I hear, they go crazy with their Christmas lights. And from what I hear, they have a Christmas tree inside, and they put all the old railroads that used to cut, all the fallen flag railroads that no longer run anymore, all over the Christmas tree.
That's cool right there. I love Union Station. I haven't been there in years, and I love it.
I've never been. So
what? Oh, this is cool, man. I told you, my ladies, my fiance's family. Well, her too, obviously, but they're from Chicago, and Evergreen Park, and then also her grandma lives on like right down in some numbers in the hood. But anyway, when we go out there, sometimes it's a crazy traffic, but I see some cool trains, dude. Like dope, and really good graffiti too. You see some sick graffiti in Chicago on the walls and everything, but and on trains.
And you know I'm like graffiti, so
me too. I take pictures. It's been like a few weeks, but I got to post some more.
Yeah, definitely. I also, while I'm there, I'm gonna get this little short line that it's called the Belt Railway of Chicago. It's one of the only Illinois short lines I have left. I want to go photograph them. And then when it gets dark, I'm going to head to Westmont, Illinois, and they call it the BNSF racetrack. I think I've mentioned that before because we're talking about places to go watch trains at busy places. It's triple track there. It's triple track. They call it the BNSF racetrack because it's two BNSF lines, Amtrak and Metro, and it's triple track. But they have it's Westmont, Illinois, and they have the big Metro station, and they light up Christmas lights all over the station and next to the tracks. So I want to get photos of the Metro and Amtrak and BNSF trains going by all the Christmas lights down at the station. So that'll be, I think that's pretty much it train-wise. I mean, for trips this year, I'll just be going to see other things like Christmas lights. Not even though it's not train related, Mississippi and Rockford, they have their big light. And then I'm going to go to my first time this year, LaSalle, down on 39. They have a big thing. My grandparents went down there, I think right before COVID, and they told me it was even better than Rockford's. And from what I heard from another friend, it's bigger than Mississippi's.
Oh, in LaSalle?
So, yeah, down in LaSalle, they have a big thing. You can see it from I-30. You can't miss it. It's off of 39.
Oh, wow.
So you get off and you'll see it. And it's a big event. So if you're looking to see Christmas lights, that's another place to go check out. It's down in LaSalle.
That's a good idea for us because I love LaSalle, Peru, and I love Ottawa too. It's pretty over all those places. Real quick, Peter Moore, please say, okay, I know it's Train King on YouTube, but what is it on Instagram to follow yourself? Peter 9676.
It's been so long. I haven't been on there in a while.
Peter 9676, I think.
I think, yeah, it is. And then also I have my own photography group on Facebook. If you want to join that, it's called the Peter Heads Up Photography Group. And then you can follow me on Facebook, Peter Moore. I don't have anything else right now because I've been busy, but near future, and I'll let you know, if I have one by the next podcast, I'm planning on going to be on Flickr. Ooh. A lot of your big photographers use Flickr.
I heard of it. Yeah, I haven't been on there myself, but that's
if you're into photography, some of you probably already know about it. I have some of my favorite photographers that I'm friends with have an account on there. And like I say, not just me. If you don't want to check out some other people, I say my friend Johnny Hansen. If you ever, he's got some really good photos and a lot of good night photos. And same thing with my friend Daniel. He's gotten some really good shots. It'd be kind of cool to introduce them to this podcast sometime. There's some really good photography.
Dude, I'm down. I'm down to have people over one of these times as long as I have enough time to plan it with everything going on in my household and being safe with sicknesses and all that crap at this time of year. But I like maybe starting next year, I'm down. We could have 3-4 people and
yeah, that would be awesome because, like I said, they can give you more information, like especially at night photography. They're really good. I don't have the proper equipment yet. I'm working a lot of hours. That's why I've been not rail fanning much. I've been saving to try to get that equipment because, as you know, camera equipment is not cheap.
Yeah, no, it's not.
So that, and then also, you probably have met him before if you've been at the railroad park because he lives in Hillcrest and he goes down there. The railroad park at sometimes his name, and you met him, I think.
Who?
Michael Chunko.
We're friends on Facebook now. He takes some cool photos of a lot of stuff.
He's a good photographer. That'd be if you're ever into photography and you're into graffiti, he's got some really good graffiti.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of graffiti, I'll have to for my birthday he gave me a picture frame with a bunch of graffiti he took.
That's cool.
Pictures. So yeah, I'll have to show you sometime, or I can look online and you'll see a picture of it because I took a picture of it and put it on Facebook. But yeah, there's some cool stuff, some cool other rail fanners that I think everybody would enjoy talking to besides me,
Yeah, and a couple people on Instagram had also said, hey, can you interview me too? And I tried to set up one, but I don't know what happened. But I'll have to get with other people because, everybody listening, I would love to talk to anybody. If you got a good story or you have a side hobby or something people should know about, I'm down. I'm supposed to interview a guy that's in pro arm wrestling. I'm down to interview anybody. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk to people and talk to my fans and your fans and make more new friends. And like he said, if you're into rail fanning or trains or same thing, he's got Peter Heads Up on Facebook. You got almost 700 friends on there. Don't you? Are people on there I think about, or I can't remember.
Yeah, there's about 700 now. I've added in the last year. I've added about a little over 100 people. But yeah, they definitely check it out. And it's not just trains either. People post their graffiti on there, and also like sunsets.
Yeah,
storms. There hasn't been a lot of good storms. Unfortunately, there hasn't been much storms this year for anybody to photograph, so there's not much on there from this year. But storms are, if you like storms, there's some of those on there, and sunsets, and then a few people like taking shots of the moon, and here recently, some people got some photos of the Northern Lights.
Oh, dang.
So there's other stuff. So any photography is, especially if you want to share photos, that's more than welcome. And like I said, it could be Mother Nature stuff. It doesn't have to be just trains to share in the group. I know me and quite a few other people that are in that group would appreciate any type of photography.
Dang, okay, well, I'm going to start posting my stuff in there, too, because I love some photos, man. I take pictures of country stuff and all kinds of random things. If I see something cool, I take, I don't know, it just depends.
Yeah, more than welcome to share in the group. I think one that would have been really cool is that I think was crazy is that video you got of that fire.
Dude, yes, that was insane. So what he's talking about, I was leaving work and I see black smoke, and I used to be a firefighter in the Navy, so black smoke's not good. And I'm like, oh man, what's metal? You know what I mean? So I'm driving, and I'm going by Creston, Illinois, and I take a side road, and then I go to somebody's driveway, take that driveway, and then I go up on this thing, this big combine thing, flaming, and then it smokes and shoots out more smoke, and I'm like, I'm out. but they said they're like $400,000 that piece of equipment. And I asked this guy at work that runs our equipment. He said, well, a lot of times what people do, if they don't stay up on their maintenance, they don't clean out all the dust and stuff in there, and sometimes your engine gets hot and it's dry, right. So I'm like, dang, that's crazy. He said,
when you heard, that's pretty crazy. That looked pretty high too. You said you could feel the heat too, didn't you?
Oh yeah, you could feel it. Yeah, and that's from the road.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I heard the pop noise. That was just popcorn popping.
Yeah, maybe. I just hope that guy made it out. Somebody at work said he did, so that makes me happy.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
but yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay, I'll post that and some other stuff. Well, hey, I'm gonna wrap this up for everybody because I hear my kids are still upstairs, and my fiance's got her hands full with 3 kids. So I appreciate her letting me do this, and I'm glad I got to catch up with Peter because he's been very patient. I tried to set something up a couple times, but it just doesn't work out sometimes with the new babies, and I had to be respectful to my old lady because we do have a lot going on, and I got to focus on that. But I don't want to take my head off of podcasting. I love doing this, folks, and I've had a great year, and I plan on bringing more, and this is number 51, and I have more coming. Some real good ones. Hopefully in the next few weeks I should have a few more. So, and we're going to keep Peter on. We're going to bring some more of his friends together than this next one. I like that idea. Or if I can get a hold of one of these major companies, we'll do one with you. So that way we can, talk to, I don't know. I will see whoever I can get a hold of.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool because I can ask some questions that I don't know either.
Damn.
So
there we go. All right, everybody. This is Peter Moore, Train King on YouTube. Peter heads up Facebook group. Find him, Peter Moore, Moore, right?
Yes.
Okay, so look him up. He's a very nice guy, and he will definitely work with you if you like trains. He just, it's like a family on there, man. And they have competitions every month, and good photos, and everybody's been really nice to me, and I just love it. So please add him on there, and thanks everybody. If you could do me a favor, share this, tell your friends, and if you have a topic, an idea, or if you want to tell me about something, shoot me an email at catchingupwithcarter@gmail.com. That's catching like catching a ball, but no G in the middle. catchingupwithcarter@gmail.com. Hey, thanks Peter for your time, my guy. We will stay in touch, you and me most definitely. And I hope you have a great holiday season if we don't talk. Well, we'll talk, but people...
You too.
Yeah. So take care, my guy.
Thank you guys for listening to the Catching Up with Carter the Fam Show. Please subscribe on our other social medias. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time on the Catching Up with Carter and Fam Show. Bye.